everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all enjoyed the last couple videos, and if you're new, welcome. I'm glad to see you, glad to have you here and joining us on this little adventure. Today, we're going to be making some needle felted pride otters. I'm going to be working on a pan otter, but I do plan on making just the rainbow flag, gay, lesbian, pan, I said pan, bi, trans. I want to make all of them. At some point, I'll definitely post tons of photos. You can see those on my Instagram. And yeah, so this will be really fun. It's going to be a little bit different from the last video I did. The last video I did was a tutorial on how to make the needle felted Koroks, and I think he turned it out fantastic. And like I said in that video, if you're interested in one, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I will be more than happy to make one for you. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, so today's video is going to be a tiny bit different from last time. The last time, like I said, was a tutorial. And this time I'm going to be making a time lapse of me needle felting the otter from different angles, so you can kind of just see how it's going, see the process. I'm also going to be doing a voiceover of information about otters, fun facts about otters, and yeah, I just want to see how this does. I think it'd be really fun because I love listening to fun facts about animals. And I'm just really excited to see that and see how it turns out because, like I said, I love art, I love crafts, and I love time lapses, and I also love information on animals and things, so I think it'd be fun to kind of mesh them together. So that's what I'm going to be doing, so I hope you enjoy, and yeah, let's get to it!
Hello everybody, this is my first time doing this, so let's just see how it goes. I'm going to be talking in a very calm, quiet voice, so it's a nice, relaxing video for you. I'm sorry in advance for any mispronunciations. I'm looking up words and just going to be trying my best on how to say them. I also want to apologize if there's any noises in the background. It's just my dogs being dogs. Anyway, I guess I'll just jump right into it. Otters are part of the mammal family, more specifically the Molesti family, which is just a fancy word for a carnivorous mammal. They are the largest member of the weasel family, but the smallest marine animal in North America. They eat small marine animals like clams, small fish, crabs, and stuff like that. Otters have 13 different species around the world. The Eurasian otter can be found in Europe, Asia, and most countries in Africa. You can normally find them in rivers, swamps, lakes, marshlands, streams, and coastal areas. They use vegetation and water habitats to hide from predators. They also use the vegetation to make small, safe dens so they can sleep and raise their young. The Eurasian otter has brown, furry coats that are slightly lighter with a tinge of gray and almost cream-like bellies. The hairy-nosed otter is one of the most rare otters in the world, found in Central Asia in countries like Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, Laos, and Indonesia. This otter has short little hairs on the tip of their snout, which is where they get their name. Shocking, I know. They also have white chins with small beards, and you can normally find them in coastal regions or large rivers. Next is the spotted neck otter. They get their names from the white spots on their chins and undersides. They are only found in the countries of Central Africa. There are many of them at Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika. They don't care much about what type of water they're in, lake, swamp, river, or stream, but they spend pretty much all their time in the water. The smooth-coated otters have a very short but smooth coat that covers their body. They have 2 layers of fur that work as a guard so the second layer can stay dry while in the water. You can find these little guys in southern and southeast Asia, China, and Iraq. Normally you'll see them in mangroves, rivers, swamps, lakes, wetlands, and rice paddies. The North American river otter is probably one of the most well-known otters, at least where I'm from. Found in lakes, swamps, and rivers around Canada, the US, and Mexico. They have dark brown fur on their bodies, except for on their mouths and chins where it's a cream color. They can be around 11 to 30 pounds and 22 to 32 inches long. They raise their pups in a den by the water, and they're semi-aquatic and love both swimming and playing in the water, but also go for nice walks and strolls on the land. So that was the Northern America river otter. Now we have Southern river otter that lives in South America in Chile and Argentina. They have brown fur like most otters, but a cinnamon color on their undersides. They can be found in both salty and freshwater, but prefer rivers and lakes. They normally eat fish, but have been sighted eating birds from time to time. The new tropical river otter has fully webbed paws and prefers to spend their time in fast-flowing rivers and streams in forests and savannas. They have the largest geographical spread that goes from Mexico all the way down to Argentina. The marine otter, as you probably can guess, lives along the coastline. Peru, Chile, and Argentina is where you can find these little guys, but funnily enough, they don't like to spend much time in the water. Like the American river otter, they like to spend a lot of their time on land where they can build their dens and raise their pups. They make small hunting trips to the sea, but return fast home back on land. During the hunts, they can dive down 100 to 130 feet trying to catch their prey. The giant otter is the largest of the otter group. You never would have guessed, I know. They are around 6 feet long, and they have a very niche place to live. They live in the rivers and creeks along the La Plata river system in the Amazon rainforest. They are around 75 pounds and have to eat 6 to 9 pounds of food a day to live a healthy adult life. Unlike other otters, they live in families and not solidarity. They live with their parents as well as generations of offspring. The African clawless otter is the third largest otter. They have chocolate-colored coats with that cinnamon color on their chest and chins. They live in countries along the coast of Africa, from the south all the way down to Ethiopia and inland until Senegal. They make their dens that can be around 10 feet deep around the springs and rivers, sometimes in the coastal areas if there's fresh water nearby. The Asian small-clawed otter is the smallest of the otter group. They are only around 2 feet long and weigh about 10 pounds. They are very smart and can be trained to catch fish for you. They're very social and live with their extended families, up to 12 otters. They have dark brown fur and cream-colored undersides. Their homes can normally be found in Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Indonesia, and sometimes southern India and China. They like the coastal regions, but sometimes they make their homes in freshwater rivers. The Kangu clawless otters are one of the nocturnal ones of the otter species, found between the southeast Nigeria and western Uganda in swamps, streams, dense rainforests, rivers, and ponds. Along with a couple others, they are happy being in water and on land. Only their back paws are partially webbed, so they can walk in the mud easier and find their prey. Lastly, you have the sea otter. They are a marine otter, as you probably would have never guessed. They live along the coast of the Pacific Ocean in Asia and North America. They are the heaviest of the otters and can be around 100 pounds. They have evolved and have some cool things to help them out in the ocean. Their nostrils can close when they are in the water and have webbed paws. And they have a very thick coat to protect themselves from the cold seawater. Unlike the marine otter, they spend most of their time in the ocean just floating on their backs. As you've probably seen in some photos, they can sleep in this position. They also hold hands so they don't float away from their friends, and they hold their pups on their stomachs. They're very clever, and they take their shelled food and smash it against rocks to crack it open. Wow, that was a lot more info on otters than I thought I'd find. I honestly only thought there were 2 types of otters, but I'm happy there are more because I love animals, and I love all of them, and I would gladly adopt every single one of them. We only have a little bit more time left in the time-lapse part of the video, but I thought I'd jump into some info and history on the LGBTQ community for a couple minutes, since my otter is based on the PAN flag. The concept for Pride Month started with the Stonewall riots back on June 28, 1969, after a police raided a gay bar. This bar was called, as you may guess it, the Stonewall Inn, and you can find it in Lower Manhattan in New York. A year after the riot, the Pride marches went on in a couple cities across the U.S. The organizer of some of the marches, Fred Sargent, I don't know how to say his name exactly, but he said that the goal was to remember the Stonewall riots and to push for liberation for the community, trying to remind people that LGBTQ people and their community was very real and it can easily include some of their friends and families. Sadly, during these marches, transgender women and people of color were excluded or silenced during the early marches, even though their first riots largely consisted of them. I couldn't find any information on why that happened, and if you know, let me know in the comments below. I'd be glad to read that. Jumping a little forward in time now, in 2003, there was a court case, Lawrence versus Texas. All of the remaining laws against same-sex couples were invalid. In 2004, which is the year I was born, starting in Massachusetts, same-sex marriage was offered. In 2015, after a court case called Oberfell versus Hodge, again, sorry, not good at pronouncing things, all states had to allow same-sex marriage. In 2022, there was a national poll that went around that said about 74% of people think that same-sex marriage should be allowed, and that only 13% of people think that it shouldn't. Although people have come around to the idea of same-sex couples and become more accepting, people of the transgender community are still working on fighting for their rights and their voices to be heard. Many people believe that gender is/should be the same thing as biological sex, which is not always the case. The LGBTQ community has had a troubled past, but I'm hoping that we're in the right direction and people get the rights they deserved. That's all the information I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little voiceover time lapse. I really enjoyed making it, a lot more than I thought I would, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Back to the video.
So we just finished it up, and I hope you enjoyed this type of video. It was different than I have. It's not a tutorial, as you saw. It's just, I wanted to see how it would go. I think he turned out really cute. I had a couple problems with some of the pieces. The arms were a little bit frustrating. And I didn't like how he looked until I put on the face, but I think he looks absolutely adorable now with the face on him. And I'm really, really proud of him. I'm definitely going to be making more different flags. So if you are interested in one, it does not have to be a pan flag. It could be any flag you want. I'm more than happy to make it for you. Just DM me on Instagram or Facebook. Both are Ash Craft Market. And yeah, I'll be more than happy, like I said, more than happy to do that for you. So this guy took me, and I have to check, I'll put my time right here, about this long. Ugh, I'm just so proud of him. I like the arms and the legs and how they're kind of like mixed match, but like the same color. I think it's really, really, really cute. And I'm just really, really proud of how he turned out. He's super cute and I love him very much, and I'm definitely making more. He was super, super fun to make. Yeah. So let me know in the comments below how you liked this type of video, if you would like to see more of these, the time lapse with some information over it, tiny clips. If you like this type of video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. And comment down below if you liked it, because it is the first time I've done a video like this. So I just want to make sure I'm doing content that I enjoy and that you guys enjoy. So just let me know, and then I will be doing some more tutorials. My next craft videos are going to be, I think I'm going to be doing a series of Falcor, because it's a huge thing. I first have to do the body, then I have to do the scales, the fluff on him, the head. So I'm definitely going to be doing a series of that one. Okay, so my next video is going to be, or my craft videos, because I do vlogs in between, but they're going to be a, Eclipse, you don't need my fluff, is going to be, processing. My next videos are going to be Falcor, and I think I'm going to be doing a series just because he's going to take so long. It is part of my first order that I got, which I'm really, really excited for, and you'll be getting tons of videos from that because it's just so much. I'm going to be making mushrooms and tons of stuff. But I'm going to be doing Falcor as a series because I have to do a 1.5 foot long body plus a head. Then I have to do the scales and the legs. So I'm going to be doing that as a series just so it's not one giant 30-minute video. It'll probably be a 50-minute video. So I can do multiple 10-ish minute videos. Mixes of time lapses and tutorial in it. And yeah, I'm going to be really excited about that. I'll be giving you guys some information on production, on how they made the dragon, and all of that stuff, along with the tutorial. So I'm really excited for it. Keep an eye out for that. The vlog will be up next Saturday at at 5. Keep an eye out for that. I upload Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next week during my vlog. Have a good day. Bye!